Good morning, SKN. I'm Jamie Morris.
And I'm Cortensia Carty.
So we are in September, and apparently, strange fact for you, some of you might already know, there are more pop and classic songs with September in the title than any other month.
Oh, wow.
Why this
I didn't know.
relevant to anybody out there? Hey, you keeping stats? Wonderful. Keep it going.
In September.
Well, there you go. All right, so we move on to the latest. Prime Minister Drew's first trip abroad as leader of the Federation. Yes, he is abroad right now. So Prime Minister Drew heads a delegation to the Afro-Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum 2022, which takes place in Barbados from September 1st to 3rd at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Center in Bridgetown. The theme is One People, One Destiny, Uniting and Reimagining Our Future. The Prime Minister heads a delegation including, I think it was the Right Honourable Dr.
Denzel Douglas, Naima Hazel, the permanent acting secretary, yes, Dr. Nat, the cabinet secretary, Mistress Hazel, and then you have Mr. Michael Davis from the Chamber of Commerce, and I know a few officials from Skype will also be attending.
From Skype, yes.
Yes, yes, correct. They will also be attending. Did I say Skype? Oh my gosh, I'm going with the parliamentarian. Yes, I'm going with the parliamentarians. So, right, so the objectives is to promote interbanking relationships, which includes fostering payment and financial flow, developing creative and cultural engagements that are commercially viable, and creating a business case for a potential Afro-Caribbean free trade area.
Absolutely right. It's estimated that approximately 750 delegates from Africa and the Caribbean will attend.
Yes.
Prime Minister Drew is also expected to participate in meetings with the Pan American Health Organization, or PAHO, while he is in Barbados. So we'll keep an eye on this and see what developments emerge from it.
Indeed. So I wonder when he gets to sleep, though. I wonder if he's gotten rested yet.
That remains to be seen.
Domestic electricity users on Nevis can expect a zero fuel surcharge from a Nevis Island administration press release. The fuel surcharge applied by the Nevis Electricity Company Limited, NEVLEC, to the monthly electricity bill for domestic users will be removed as of the next billing cycle in September 2022. The Honorable Mark Brantley, Premier of Nevis, made the announcement at his monthly press conference on August 30th, 2022, while disclosing the arrangements made by the Nevis Island Administration, NIA, to reduce consumers' electricity bill. The increasing prices of oil on the world market has resulted in the increasing cost of electricity production by NEVLEC. Premier Brantley said, and quote, "We've come up with a plan to eliminate the fuel surcharge for domestic users. We propose ultimately to eliminate the fuel surcharge for everyone. But in this first step, we will eliminate the fuel surcharge for residential customers only. The Nevis Island Administration will provide an additional $500,000 per month to NEVLEC. That will take, therefore, our payment from this subsidy per month to a total of $1.75 million. And the good people at NEVLEC are telling us that if we can give them $1.75 million per month and the actual surcharge remains on or about 77 cents per kilowatt. That's what the actual surcharge was in the month of July, that they can reduce with that subsidy the fuel surcharge for residential customers to zero. And so that is what we propose to do. End quote.
All right, moving on to our third story. Carnival Committee announces slogan for Sugar Mass 51. This from Win Media. Celebrate as one for Sugar 51 is the winning slogan for this year's celebration of Sugar Mass. The slogan was chosen from among 200 entries and was penned by Ms. Zolani Morton. Ms. Morton gets a cash prize of $500 and will be recognized throughout the carnival activities. According to the original invitation, the Carnival Committee said the slogan should be no more than 10 syllables. It also needs to be creative, concise, and catchy, capturing the rhythmic flavor of the carnival festivities. St. Kitts and Nevis National Carnival Committee, in a press release Tuesday, said registration is already open for all competitions for this year's celebration of Sugar Mass 51. These include National Calypso Monarch, National Carnival Queen, Soca Monarch, Juve Road March, Grand Parade, and Panorama. Chairperson Shannon Hawley recently met with the new minister responsible for Carnival, the Honorable Samal Duggins, and indicated that an organizing committee will be named shortly. We're moving ahead with Carnival celebrations as well.
Indeed. So now for the weather, it's partly sunny with a 40% or a moderate chance of showers. There is a high of 91 and a low of 77 degrees of Fahrenheit. We do ask that you stay tuned, much more after this.
Great news, everyone! SKN Moves is turning 3. And this year, we are going to celebrate bigly by bringing back the 7-week challenge. For week 1, we will focus on the importance of breastfeeding. In week 2, we will participate in the SKN Moves anniversary walk. Week 3, let's watch the In Your Kitchen I Rep My Community competition finals. Week 4, a healthy drinking water challenge. During week 5, it's all about mindfulness and our mental health. And no, that's not all. In week 6, we will learn about self-care and management. The celebrations end in week 7 with the Caribbean Wellness Week activities, National Fruit Day and National Sneaker Day. Come participate, celebrate and enjoy. Join SKN Moves and let us move toward a healthier St. Kitts and Nevis.
If you gradually use less salt, you will gradually want less salt. Eating less salty foods will reduce your cravings for salty foods. Let's get salt smart.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We continue with regional news. Parents told not to carry children in front of the seat of a car. This from Antigua Observer. An appeal has been made to parents and guardians to be more cautious and responsible when transporting children in motor vehicles. Senior Sergeant Kenny McBurney reminded motorists during his daily appearance on the Observer AM show that children should not be sitting in the front seat of any vehicle, let alone in the driver's seat, whether or not the automobile is parked. He said, and quote, "We have young children sitting in the driver's seat of your vehicle sometimes. The engine is running and you have them there sitting and playing around. It is not something for them to play with. It is not a toy and you should refrain from doing that." End quote. McBurney said, "You should make sure that they understand that sitting behind that wheel comes with responsibilities, and of course, they should not be sitting there until they reach the age of 18 and they are the holder of a driver's license. So I am appealing to parents, what you think may never go wrong always goes wrong." And that is true.
Ain't that the truth, Cortez?
Yes, it is.
Indeed. All right, so moving on to the international scene. The U.S. approves updated COVID boosters targeting Omicron variants. This from Al Jazeera. The United States has authorized booster doses of the COVID-19 vaccines that target the most common Omicron strain, and shots could be available within days. The move by the Food and Drug Administration, or the FDA, on Wednesday tweaks the recipe of shots made by Pfizer and Moderna. Officials hope the modified boosters will blunt yet another winter surge. FDA vaccine chief Dr. Peter Marks said, quote, "You'll see me at the front of the line," end quote. This he told the Associated Press shortly before his agency cleared the new doses. Until now, COVID-19 vaccines have targeted the original coronavirus strain, even as wildly different mutants emerged. The new U.S. boosters are combinations or bivalent shots, rather. They contain half that original vaccine recipe and half protection against the newest Omicron versions called BA4 and BA5, which are considered the most contagious yet. The combination aims to increase cross-protection against multiple variants. And as we know, we ought to at least get our boosters if we haven't gotten them yet. So that's very important, even here.
I'm kind of running away.
You're running away?
Yeah, I'm kind of running away from the boosters.
Wow.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
just like how we're going to run away now, and we'll be back right after this. So we do advise, GMSKN Nation, stay tuned.
I eat some veggies for dinner. Let me just check the amount of sodium in this can. Oh no, this is too much. Let me try our next option. They did say it's healthy to consume less salt. This is much better. I am salt smart.
You ever hear Earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, Earthquake, I coming Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the doorway or any exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that, because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, don't want to run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
Most people consume excess salt from processed foods, such as snack foods, processed meats, instant meals, and condiments.
Instead, use fresh vegetables, ground provision, fresh meats, and natural herb seasonings, just like our grandparents did, and just like you did with this soup. We are salt smart.
Yo, what up? It's your boy N Richie right here at Studio 327. I'm here to give you the promo that you guys need, because this is something special for St. Kitts. I'm telling you, tune in to Good Morning SKN, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and on Moen Channel 4. Also, I realize nobody else is doing this. Follow the Good Morning SKN Instagram at Good Morning SKN, and the Studio 327 Inc. Instagram. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook. This is pretty long, but follow us, and yeah.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN, and hello September. I forgot to wish you, GMSKN Nation, a happy September. Yes, it's not Merry Christmas yet, but we are like 4 months
Are you
away.
kidding? I couldn't tell.
The shade.
You fell right into that one, by the way. But anyway, it's nice. Great call.
So to welcome in the new month, we'll be sharing some positive affirmation with you all. Yes, affirmations are positive statements that can help you to challenge and overcome self-sabotaging and negative thoughts. When you repeat them often and believe in them, you can start to make positive changes. So can I say, I'm skinny, I'm skinny, I'm skinny, and when I open my eyes, I'm like totally, extremely skinny?
I'm not going to comment on that because I'm never supposed to comment on anybody else's weight. We did the segment a couple of days ago, so I know better. My lips are sealed.
I'm just saying, you know, if that would be the best affirmation, I'm sure for everyone right now. He's not saying anything. So, September will be filled with abundance. How about that?
An abundance of what?
An abundance of love, an abundance of colors, an abundance of wealth, an abundance of clear mind, an abundance of mental, emotional, and physical balance. Yeah, just an abundance of a lot of things.
An abundance of festivities that might lead to more weight and lead you not to fulfill your New Year's resolutions, because we do have Independence coming up in about 3 weeks. So lots of festivities, right? National Heroes Day shortly before that as well.
But do we have a food fair? Do they need judges?
Is that what you're about? There you go. So much for your affirmations. Already from number 1, it's busted, is it not? All right.
That's right.
So here's the other affirmation for you. September will be filled with joy. This is one of the things that you can do to manifest the life that you want.
Yes, indeed.
Because even if it doesn't work out 100%, it will at least get you there to some degree. So if you think September is going to be filled with joy, then speak it into being.
Yeah, you have to be grateful regardless, because sometimes we want to be joyful, but then things happen that makes us become ungrateful and unjoyful. And yeah, so we just got to be thankful, because somebody somewhere has it worse than you. So just be thankful.
Absolutely right.
Yeah. So September will be filled with love. Oh.
Is that your Barry White voice?
Is this for you?
Is that what you're doing? No, because you're the one wearing Cupid's colors today, so I don't know. Perhaps you knew that.
Oh,
so you have started September
with love.
With love.
Ooh, look at that.
And
Valentine's in September.
That love is going to last all the way to December 25th.
Yes. All the way. Give love on Christmas.
It's not Christmas, Cortez. Oh,
hey,
dear Lord.
Christmas is in July, so we can have Christmas today, since you said all the love is going to go to Christmas.
But here's the thing: if you're talking about love, it's important, because I think that self-love is so important. So hey, if nobody's going to give you love, give yourself love. Give yourself love. Right?
And that's why I'm dressed up in my Valentine colors, not Valentines, but Valentines.
That's an interesting take on it. Valentine. Wow. I'm not even going to touch that one either. All right.
See, I spoke about wealth. So September will be filled with wealth. Do you want to say that with me? September will be filled with wealth.
What are we talking about? Money, or are we talking about other things?
It doesn't necessarily have to be money alone. Your health is your wealth. Your joy is your wealth. Having family and friends around is wealth as well. Your mental stability, your mind being clear and everything else, all of that is wealth. We do not necessarily have to look at it in terms of money. The fact that we are alive on this 1st of September to celebrate it, that is wealth right there.
I suppose.
Yeah.
I suppose if you say that, there are many different ways to think about it. Yes. But, it's interesting, because when we start talking about wealth, the very first thing that we think about is money.
Yeah.
And a lot of people default to that because their circumstances dictate that. They need money in order to experience joy. I wouldn't say in order to experience love, because that is illegal. But in order to experience joy,
it's illegal.
Right? You know what I mean? Yeah, because there are certain things that the less fortunate cannot participate in, just because they don't have the resources.
Money. Yes,
and there are a lot
you
of
are
people,
correct.
surprisingly, out there who I'm pretty sure have to compete with: do I keep the money in my wallet for transportation to my job for the month of September so that I can provide for my family, or do I give my child lunch instead?
Yes.
Those sorts of conflicts. And so I think more than anything else, in addition to wealth, I would love to see September be filled with community, that spirit of community that says that you are your neighbor's keeper.
Yes.
And that you're able to at least meet a need in someone else's life, an actual need. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because there are people who actually need things.
Exactly.
And all these affirmations won't mean a thing without community.
Exactly.
And people to rely on.
And normally January and September are two of the hardest months in the year. January being just starting from Christmas, you would have bought everybody a present, so your funds, your wealth in that sense is low. And then September now, for those who have kids going back to school and colleges and stuff, your wallet once again gets a brutal hit. So,
Yeah, battered and bruised. Battered and bruised recent.
As you said, community is very important.
All right, so September will be filled with good health. That's the other affirmation. And again, you're speaking it into being. I know some of you are struggling with ailments as well as you listen to us, and you're probably wondering, what on earth are they talking about? Because if that were the case, I wouldn't be going through what I'm going through now. That being said, we do want you to be positive, and that's what this is about. Not necessarily that it will come to fruition, but we do want you to have that positive mindset with which to face whatever challenges you are facing or you're going to encounter, whatever they may be.
Indeed.
So keep that positive attitude. And here's one of the things that we're talking about that, because I do remember some years ago I was talking with Lee Phillips Cambridge and Nevis, Pink Lily's founder, during the time when I think she was in remission. And she was so positive about everything. I had an hour-long conversation with her, and the level of positivity despite everything that she was facing. And I think at that point in time, she was also mindful of the fact that she had 2 young daughters. And at the back of her mind was, I might be leaving my daughters behind. This thing pops up again. But you wouldn't tell that from her because of the level of positivity. And that's one of the things that I appreciated so much from my brief interaction with her, how positive she was. So whatever it is that you're going through, be it ill health or anything else, be positive.
Irregardless. I know it's hard because you might say, oh, you say that because you're not in my shoes. But we just have to be grateful irregardless. And look, we're ending with gratitude. And we said that in the beginning. We just have to be grateful for every little thing. If I'm in the kitchen and I almost cut my finger off and it didn't work out, I'd be like, Lord, thank you for protecting my finger from not getting the deepest cut ever. So I'm grateful for every little thing.
You're scarring me right now.
Even if I trip and I'm about to fall, I'm like, thanks, I didn't fall. I'm just grateful for every single thing, because being ungrateful doesn't help anything. Messes with you emotionally, messes with you physically, because then you get depressed and your mental clarity isn't clear enough. So gratitude plays a big part in everyday life.
And as you say, when you were grateful for the small things, it makes life so much more rewarding.
Yes.
Because you find pleasure in the simple things, pleasure in the little things.
Yes,
and
indeed.
It does give you a better outlook on life.
Yeah,
I
it
find.
does.
Well, it should give all of us a better outlook on life, I find. And so these are our affirmations for September. We can run down the list. I'll take the first 3, you take the last.
Okay.
Just a reminder, viewers, what they are. So we began with the fact that September should be filled with abundance, so you want to claim it. Second one being that September will be filled with joy. And third, that September will be filled with love.
Oh, and I get to say that September will be filled with wealth. As we say, it doesn't have to be financial wealth. It could be the wealth of everything else. September will also be filled with good health, irregardless. Let us push through and try our best. And to top it all off, the voice wants to go. September will be filled with gratitude. So let's be grateful in every single thing. As I said, even tripping and falling and you didn't fall, just say thank you for that. So be grateful, be great, and let us make September great again.
Anytime you say great again, I go straight to Mar-a-Lago. And if you get that joke, you get that joke.
We're not going to Mar-a-Lago. No.
We want to stay clear of Mar-a-Lago, although I'm pretty sure it's a great vacation spot. That being said, we're just going to have great lives. How about that?
Yeah.
Starting with September.
Yes.
So new perspective for the month of September, new segment right after this. Stay tuned.
You see that new boy that just joined the school last week? He brought me a chocolate this morning because I showed him the way home from school yesterday.
You like him?
No, he's just my friend. Plus, he is my neighbor. He asked me if we can walk home together for lunch tomorrow, and I told him yes.
I don't like these big boys. They tend to like to touch girls without your consent.
What do you mean by consent?
It's when one person agrees to give permission to another person to do something.
He is cute though. Guys, you won't believe what happened the other day with the new boy from school.
What happened?
The other day, while walking home with the new guy, he followed me into my house. I thought it was okay because he seemed friendly and respectful. So I turned on the TV and offered him a soda. We sat in the chair together. Then he leaned over and kissed me. I was so shocked I sat up straight and asked him why he did that. He said he thought I liked him. I told him not in that way.
What? Girl, you should have never allowed him inside your parents' home.
My parents will be very angry if they meet any boys in our home plus kissing me.
Guys, we don't need to be burdened down with teen pregnancy and relationship problems at this time. Boys need to understand that girls are not sex objects.
Remember, you have the right to consent to every activity being performed, from holding hands to anything more, and to change your mind at any time. If your partner does not respect your wishes, this also is a form of abuse. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492, Special Victims Unit 662-7077, Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
Do you know that common baked goods such as bread and crackers are high in salt? Get salt smart.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. There is a new business in town. Vivante Media is a boutique digital marketing agency that transforms businesses into brands with lifestyle and aesthetic storytelling marketing. Did you see how aesthetic that video was? I certainly did, and I could watch it all over again. So Vivante takes a soft, personal approach in its marketing strategy to develop relatable human connections between business owners and their target audience. To tell us about this business, which was launched just last month, Wow, you guys are babies. We welcome co-owners Mashima Duggins and Ravoy Kames to GMS Scan. Morning.
Morning, welcome.
Hey, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
All right, so you guys are babies.
Not exactly.
But babies in the business.
At least the business is the baby.
Yeah.
Business is the baby.
Not the owners of it.
All right, so let's talk about that. We know you're not babies at all. And as a matter of fact, looking at your work, we know that you have talent, you're experienced indeed. I loved what I saw, definitely aesthetic. What can you tell us about what drove you to launch the business and how it's been in the first month of operations?
Okay, so Vivant basically started, well, let me start at the top. I've been in marketing, so I've been doing social media marketing. However, it was more so corporate side and more so larger businesses and stuff. However, I have a passion for lifestyle videos. That was always my type of content. And I recently enrolled in a Taiwan course. They were helping new business owners. So I went in there and I told them, hey, I'm a digital marketer. This is what I do. I didn't have a name yet, nothing. And I said, this is what I love. So they trained me on business, and it ended up being a course where you can actually win a business grant and start your business. So they fund your business for the first 3 months. So when I got in there, all I knew is what I did. All I knew is what I did, what I love. And then when it reached to, I guess you say the middle of the course, I had direction in terms of what I wanted to do. The niche I was going after, which is the lifestyle businesses, you know, that could be either real estate, spas, hotels. That was my niche. So then immediately, Vivant was born. And then I had to pitch my business plan. And I also won Best Pitch, and I was a grant awardee as well.
Oh, that's good, because I was going to ask that question. Where did you get the name from, by the way?
So the name, I came up with the name.
Okay.
So I wanted to have a name that ties into what Vivant stands for, which is lifestyle. Vivant is actually a French word, which is why I guess it's a bit tricky to say. The E is silent. So it's actually a French word, and it stands for alive.
Oh, nice. Vivant.
Yes. So Vivant is all about connections and personal connections. So that's why the name ties in so perfectly with what the business does.
Lovely.
And even to add to that, even with the whole, connection, that actually is reflected as well in our logo. So if you look at our logo, you will see the V and you will see that it's connected, like in a circular note. So that comes with the whole connection kind of vibe.
I guess thought of everything.
I was just gonna say, I can see a lot of thought went into
very
it.
Personal. The approach for this business was very personal. I wanted the business itself to be a story. Like I wanted to be very personal. It wasn't just you just come up with a business name. I wanted to be close to me, and I wanted to have meaning. Meaning is important. I wanted to be very meaningful. So the logo, the name, everything was thought thoroughly.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So Rivoy, how did you become part of this business since this is Nasheem's baby?
So basically, I was along the way helping out. I was, helping out with giving feedback, giving assistance and stuff. And I actually already have media. So she's basically the marketer.
Oh, okay.
I already had media experience from years prior. So, and basically, like how she said she's interested in video and stuff, I also have that kind of interest. So it was really easy to match. So,
dynamic duo.
Right. So we basically bounce off each other's, ideas,
good stuff.
and we work together and we create creative direction.
He was very helpful during the time I was in the course as well. He was there 100%. So until my idea, he got my vision. So
good stuff.
I couldn't find a more perfect.
Oh, congrats again, guys.
So we're at the first month of operation. Rivoy, I'll direct that to you. What are some of the highlights? What are some of the challenges
Well, it's been very exciting. I can say that. It's actually, I don't know if overwhelming is the right word, but it's been a lot. Like, you have no idea how much things we've done for the first month. We actually launched on the 4th of August.
Okay.
We haven't made a full year as yet, but we've already gone through we've had meetings with hotels, we've had meetings with local companies, some big clients. We actually just spoke to some local persons that's dealing with like spa massage and those kind of stuff. We're dealing with a lot of clients, so it's actually been non-stop, like from since launch.
Ever since we launched, it's actually been go.
It's been non-stop. It hasn't been a single day
I'm
since launch.
actually very surprised of how much feedback it got in just those short amount of days, because as it's a different niche. It's different. Much people don't really target that audience. You're not seeing people with cardio and all that lifestyle stuff. But I was very surprised and very happy with how people received the business. A lot of people inquired. A lot of people did not even know who was behind the business, but they just wanted to get to know it.
Okay, good stuff.
And I love that.
Good stuff.
The support has been from like friends and family. It's
friends, family, absolute strangers.
Absolute strangers. Yeah, it's like people who you don't think are watching.
Yeah, they're watching.
They're watching.
It's insane. But
what's that feeling like?
Oh man.
I feel like eyes on me. I feel like eyes on me all the time.
All the time? Okay.
Yeah.
But it's because it's something that we love.
Exactly.
It's as intense and I don't want to say it's stressful as yet, because it's something we love. But as intense as it can get, there's never a point where it's like, oh man, like I don't want to do this, or this is boring.
Yeah,
it's
I've never got that feeling.
After the other, and it's still
fun.
It's still
actually.
great. Yeah.
So I want to know, when you would have covered all the lifestyle places in St. Kitts, what is next for you?
Well, Vivant was pitched as a regional business. It was pitched as a regional company.
Okay, good stuff.
So I never pitched it as a local company.
Okay.
Love for my locals, of course. But I never pitched it as a local because I didn't want to limit myself.
Good stuff.
And I didn't want to limit Vivant, and I feel like we have a lot of potential to go out into the regional market. So yes, we're planning to dominate St. Kitts, but that's not the only island we're planning to dominate.
You heard it here first.
I'm getting pinky in the green vest. Next to the world. Right?
Yes, the world indeed. The world indeed.
So let's talk about the soft personal approach. How do you envision helping businesses to connect with their target audiences?
Okay, so our approach is a bit different. We're not necessarily the graffiti, more graphics, flyers. We're not necessarily that type of marketing. We don't necessarily do, I would say, textbook marketing. So our marketing is more so capturing experiences. We're not selling a product, we're selling the experience of you, whatever your business is. And we're selling experience to let people know this can be added to their lifestyle. You want to, it's crazy, but people are influenced on a daily basis, and I feel like marketing plays a lot into that.
It does.
So the type of content you put out can influence somebody to change your whole life. You never know. Somebody who was never interested in wellness, somebody who was never interested in taking trips, just a certain type of content just to make it feel relatable.
Yes.
It captures them, and that's the approach that we're trying to take.
Yeah, correct.
All right, well, we'll be back to continue this discussion in a moment. More GMSKN after this.
Do you know that common baked goods such as bread and crackers are high in salt? Get salt smart.
Great news, everyone! SKN Moves is turning 3. And this year, we are going to celebrate bigly by bringing back the 7-week challenge. For week 1, we will focus on the importance of breastfeeding. In week 2, we will participate in the SKN Move anniversary walk. Week 3, let's watch the In Your Kitchen I Rep My Community competition finals. Week 4, a healthy drinking water challenge. During week 5, it's all about mindfulness and our mental health. And no, that's not all. In week 6, We will learn about self-care and management. The celebrations end in week 7 with the Caribbean Wellness Week activities, National Fruit Day and National Sneaker Day. Come participate, celebrate and enjoy. Join SKN Moves and let us move toward a healthier St. Kitts and Nevis.
You ever hear Earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, Earthquake, I coming Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the door, we are in the exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that, because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, nobody run outside and ask, "You feel it, you feel it?" Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
Yo, what up? It's your boy and Richie right here at Studio 327. I'm here to give you the promo that you guys need because this is something special for St. Kitts. I'm telling you, tune in to Good Morning SKN, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and on Moment Channel 4. Also, I realize nobody else is doing this. Follow the Good Morning SKN Instagram at Good Morning SKN and the Studio 327 Inc. Instagram. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook. This is pretty long, but follow us and yeah.
And we're back on Good Morning SKN. We're speaking with Mishima Duggins and Revoy Keynes, co-owners of the recently launched Vivant Media. So tell us about some of the services that Vivant offers to its clientele.
So, I'm going to say something, he's going to say something.
Oh, good stuff, good stuff.
Firstly, we offer social media marketing. That's like big on our services. We offer product photography and videography, as you can see from the video we showed previously.
Mm-hmm.
So that's to the top of the list. He's going to say the rest.
Yes, so we actually also do drone photography and videography. So we have our drone, so you can, go out and we have those cinematic shots as well. We also do 360 virtual tours. So basically what that is, it's basically like we come into the studio or real estate place or hotel or wherever it is, and we do a shoot, we edit, and then we host it. And it's like you can go online. And
you can put it on your website.
You can view it.
You can view it like you're actually there. Like it gives that immersive kind of feeling. So sometimes persons can't actually physically visit the place. You can do that online. You can just go and
great marketing.
It is perfect for, as he says, visitors who are not here physically. Especially if you, let's say you have a hotel or a villa, you want to sell your property, real estate especially. You want to go into rooms, you want to see how the hotel, the house looks, the whole layout. It basically is your digital point of view, your digital walkthrough. So you walk through, you can turn it around, it's full 360, so the camera catches everything. So all the details, they have the option, clients have the option of putting in details. So let's say they want to add like the stove, the brand, everything, details. Let's say you want to do even, not only just real estate, but even like automotive companies. Let's say you want to do a showroom, you want to do a virtual showroom, you could also do that as well. So it's very large.
You guys thought of this thoroughly, I can see that. Yes.
Yes, it's very large. Very large service.
I thought real estate, when you said that, about the virtual, 360, I thought this is perfect for real estate. It's perfect for everything else that you said as well. It's great. Which of the services is most exciting personally You too.
I'm not gonna lie. As much as I love social media marketing, I would feel like the 360 is the most exciting.
Okay.
Because it's so crazy to me when I see how much technology has advanced and how one camera can literally capture everything. Like you literally can get a 360 tour in just a room. It's just very mind-blowing to me, and it's always mind-blowing when people see it as well, because when they see it, they're just like, how you did this, how much pictures you take, and I was just like, just one.
Yeah, you're right.
For me, it's kind of a mix between, again, the 360 as well as I kind of like the drone photography, videography as well, because I kind of like that cinematic kind of vibes. I love to create cinematography and all that stuff.
Yes, and video. I'm very big on videography. Like I am known for doing, the little reels, the Instagram reels, the Facebook reels. That's like where I put my creative juices in. I love the editing process. People hate it. I love it. I like to look at things 100 times. Like I want it exactly to a T how I want it. So I like the creative process of that as well as the caption and direction. There's certain angles, certain viewpoints you would take, other people wouldn't think of.
Yes, you are correct. So, fortunately for us, you visited our studio and did a 360 virtual tour of the reception area and the makeup room. So, let's have a look.
Love that. Quite frankly, I can't wait to see it. And I love Studio 327, no lie, I'm not gonna lie. But I can't wait to see it on the inside of one of those fancy cars. I'm dying to get in.
So you can pretend you're in it, right?
Like, seriously.
Wow.
Yes, it's very perfect for, as you said, real estate. Like it shows you see, so persons who never visited here, they already know what you look now.
Exactly.
I love the interactive feature too, because I saw the arrow that you can click to go to makeup, and you click that, and you're literally in that room. I mean, this is perfect. You guys are going to revolutionize everything.
I know. Wink, wink.
That's the plan.
So, is your company the first of its kind on St. Kitts?
For 360, yes.
Ooh, good, good. So, congrats on that again. As during the break, I gave them a lot of congratulations, just in case if I don't see them as they continue to excel. So, congrats once more.
Thank you.
All right, so in terms of the storytelling, digital marketing strategy, and social media marketing packages, what goes into that? How do you ensure that there's a storytelling vibe?
So my big factor is getting to know my clients, especially their business. Just the other day, I had a consultation with a client, and my whole thing is like, I want to be a customer too. I want to be a customer too. I want to get to know your business, what you offer, what is the experience of your business, and that helps me to develop a strategy of how to sell this experience. So in terms of social media marketing, I feel like 100%, you have to know exactly what you're selling, and you have to be in a customer's shoes. So for my clients, I get personal. Like I'm just like, why you started your business? What what inspired you to do this? What are your goals? What are your short-term goals? What are your long-term goals? I want to be on the exact same wavelength as them, perfectly aligned, and that is my ultimate goal.
And Roy, what are your goals?
My goals pretty much align with hers.
Oh, lovely.
Like I said, we work very well as a team. The synergy is very much there.
Nice.
As she said, we try to get to know our clients as much as possible. She mentioned that we try to put ourselves in the shoes of a customer.
Lovely.
So that gives us a more like in-depth kind of,
And I also enjoy what I market. I also enjoy what I market. So it's not saying like I'm marketing a business that I have no interest or care for. which is why I'm in the niche I am now, because I enjoy what I market.
Good stuff.
It's just different businesses. That's all it is.
Nice.
Yeah, soft personal approach. I can see it when you
Yes.
spoke to the way that you interact with your clients, and you're putting yourself in the shoes of a customer, because that's very important. Sometimes I feel like there's a disconnect.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you guys are capturing
Right.
that.
Because even though we do have different preset packages, we also still can customize our packages to the specific needs of our certain clients. So if one package doesn't entail every single thing that they want and they don't need a certain thing, they can reach out to us and we can.
Yeah, I am big on customizing because it's not everybody wants the same thing.
Yeah.
And everybody have different needs and everybody's at different stages in their social media marketing. I have clients who, they're nowhere yet. They haven't even started. And I have people who already know what their vision is. They already have a brand color. They already know what their business stands for. So every package will vary according to the business.
Good stuff.
How can we keep up with your activities? We're hearing all about, it's great.
Yes.
It's great. Everybody's looking. They can't wait. You've created a buzz, but you're about to create some more. So that's your camera. Let everybody know how they can get in touch with you.
Okay, so to get in touch with us, you can visit our website, www.vivantmedia.com, and you can send us a contact form, and that's on our website, and contact us, or you can reach out to us personally on WhatsApp, 767-4909, and our email is vivantagency@gmail.com.
Nice.
It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm going to be following you.
Yes.
I'm going to be following.
I hope so.
Yes, we got to see what's next.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been our pleasure.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
And do come back when you get bigger, okay?
We're going to come back for our next tour.
Okay, good stuff.
Our team size might quadruple.
Okay,
great.
Bring them all and come on down. Yes, indeed. Indeed. So thank you once again for coming. Viewers, stay tuned. Much more after this short break.
大家好，我是陈琦，早安 SKN。
Has anyone ever touched you here, here, or here? Well, these are actually bad touches, not good ones. And so, if anyone ever touches you in these areas or anywhere else that makes you uncomfortable, you must say no, then go and tell. Say it with me. Say no, then go and tell.
This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with Probation and Child Protection Services, the Ministry of Health, and the Pan American Health Organization.
If you gradually use less salt, you will gradually want less salt. Eating less salty foods will reduce your cravings for salty foods. Let's get salt smart.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
It is a new month, yes, and I have on the colors to prove it. So today marks the beginning of the 9th month of the year, and this month is what? September, like a pregnancy. So if somebody got pregnant in January, the baby's due this month. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Jamie, come on, fix your face. This means we're almost at the end of the year. My co-host is not working with me. So as we loosen up, Jamie and I will be speaking all about this. But Jamie's true. If they got pregnant in January, the baby's due this month. It's 9 months, although it's 10 months. Yeah. So maybe by the month end. Oh my God.
All right, so I'm sorry. The pregnancy September comparison still has me really crazy.
Jimmy. Oh man. So how are you feeling at this point of the year? Minus the laugh.
Because the question would have been pregnant? I don't know.
No. I'm just saying. I'm just working with the months and the time that it takes to have a baby. So that person from the bottom of December last year going into January.
Gosh, Hortensia.
Happy birthday to that baby.
Oh my gosh, this is too funny. All right, so how are you feeling really at this point in the year?
I'm feeling good enough. Good enough.
Okay.
Grateful and thankful.
Okay.
Yeah. I may not have completed all the goals on my vision board, but I'm okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Does your vision board need to have its eyes checked? Sorry, kidding.
The shade is real up in here. Oh my God.
Yeah, it is a vision board. I'm playing.
I know.
Totally playing with you. All right. Let's talk about the goals. So you haven't completed all your goals.
No.
Yeah, but it is.
I only completed one. The exercise part, start, stop. The next part, get sugar under control. Still kind of cheating and eating gummies, which is bad. But it's, I don't know, I'm trying here.
All right,
but
so
it's
in order
hard.
to help Hortensia achieve her goal, no more food segments with Hortensia involved.
How could you not have food?
I'm just saying, I'm trying to help you achieve your goal. This is September, we still have...
But the food...
you know?
No, the food segments have to stay, because the food segments are just for short moments.
Nah, no, Hortensia, I want to help you achieve
Do you want to kill me? You really don't want to co-host, huh?
You said sugar.
I need food.
That's your, well, okay.
Yeah, but it's the gummies that I need to not eat. Now my husband's going to know that I've been eating gummies secretly. Oh my God, this is bad. But oh yeah, okay.
Wow.
Because you don't know. I'm not supposed to eat gummies. You don't see me eating them.
Things that you confess on television. Marital bliss. That's what it is.
So now I'll be watched with an hawkeye.
Oh boy. Any new habits that you'd like to implement?
Oh my
I have any.
gosh.
Well, old habits, but not new. What about you?
New habits, yeah. I want to implement the new habit of seeing the gummies like I did a few months before and leaving them alone. Yes, and exercising more. But I need more time. My time is running out on days. GMSK Nation, can you attest to this? The older you get, the later you are. I am such an on-time person, but it's not been working out lately. Has anybody else been having these problems?
Guess what? You know when you are the latest? When you're dead, you'll be late. So perhaps you are right.
Jamie!
That's why we refer to them as late. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Good trivia question. Why do we refer to them as late? Why do we refer to deceased people as late?
Late, yeah,
you
the
made
late.
me think of it. That's what you said.
Yeah,
you
I
asked,
know.
the older you get, the later you are. Eventually, you stop getting old.
I know. You're just a late.
Are not.
Yeah, you're just a late.
And exactly.
Yeah.
So here you go. Can we be serious for a second? Because I don't know how to.
But we are being serious. So I need to implement the fact of putting down the extreme sugar. I've already put down the extreme salt. And I need to implement the fact of getting my time back on track.
You know what? I really had to ask you. Do the gummy bears call out to you? Do they say Hortensia?
What?
Because you make it sound like that. Like they have voices.
Listen.
Like they're so, I don't know. They're like sirens or something.
They're like drugs that people get hooked on.
I
So
wouldn't
now
know.
I
I'm sorry.
understand.
I wouldn't know about that.
No, I can empathize because they're calling to you. You're trying to pass them straight and they're like, don't you see me right here? Like, yeah.
And by the way, I'll say again, I don't know about that. The drug part.
No, exactly. We won't know, but now now I can empathize because I can't. I thought I could live without the gummies, but then I go right back. So like my rehab didn't work. So I have
Play some Amy Winehouse.
I have to rehabilitate myself some more.
Play some Amy Winehouse. It might help you out. All right. So when I think about what I've learned so far this year, it's interesting because the lessons that I've learned, I think some of them I've learned, two of the most important ones, and from the people that you think you probably wouldn't learn from. Like when the children were here the other day with Anoite, and they were talking about the puzzles. Parcel of that interaction was the fact that they were so engaging.
Yes.
But children 6, 5 years old, and I'm being told it teaches patience when I'm putting a puzzle together. It teaches me to,
We weren't even thinking about those words or anything.
All these things, I'm like, wow. So what have I learned this year? Patience is a virtue. That's 1. 2, listening to children, engaging children is very rewarding because they have their own thoughts, and sometimes they can teach us things that we think we already know.
Exactly.
So that's what I've learned.
Yes. But then they say the little children will teach the elders. I don't remember exactly how it goes, but I think there's something. Shall lead them. So you see, they're leading, they're teaching. Ta-da!
They are.
How about that?
They are.
And then we had a little mock interview the other day that was asking us questions.
I was going to mention that. You and I thought alike because I was thinking about Layla.
Yeah.
Layla is, for those of you who don't know Layla, you will know her soon because I hear that she's a 9-year-old about to take YouTube by storm.
Yes.
So she wants to have her own YouTube page. And when Cortez and I were interacting with her, she is the daughter of our makeup artist, dear Shine Millades. And we had calls to interact with her not too long ago. We were just chit-chatting with her. And she questioned your eyesight. She called you old, which I'm appreciating because we still don't know what middle age is.
Oh my, 50. I'm sticking to it. GMSKN Nation. Jamie's not going to get me to change my mind on when is middle age. 50. Look, Mr. Gorbachev lived to 91, so he lived past his middle age. 50 plus 41, huh?
Wow, Cortez, that's not flying. Anyway, back to Layla. We had a kid say the darndest things moment with Layla, and it was so very fascinating. And again, she's 9 years old.
Yes.
She's really super. I don't know. I feel like we should coax her one of these days because school is about to start. I don't know if we can coax her to having like a 2 or 3 minute conversation with us because that would be so great. The things that she said.
I think she will be open and ready to do it.
Amazing. Well, that's not our call. So
yes,
we're just putting it out into the universe. You can take it or leave it. We don't know.
Because remember, she was even pitching her show to us.
That's it. She wanted to have a show.
What was it? Something with Lele? Yeah, so she was pitching her show to us. So
she was. I listen. This was totally unscripted. It made me wish for a second that we had it recorded.
Yeah.
Because it really gave me a kid say the darndest things type of vibe.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, this is what we're missing: the richness in interactions with children.
Indeed.
Because that was just so authentic. It was just so genuine, and it was so funny. Especially the part about you being old.
Imagine I saw something and she'd be like, "You can see that?"
Yeah.
I'm surprised you can see that because you're old.
And you're like, Layla, how old do you think I am? And she's like,
40.
Exactly. So she knew exactly how old you were.
Yes, indeed.
Love the intonation on that. How old?
Not middle age yet, but getting there. 10 more to middle.
Yeah, but that's the point that I was making before. Learning from just about anybody. It's again, children especially. Yeah, it is what it is. Engage as much as you can, and you learn.
So what do you plan to do with the rest of the year?
What do I plan to do with the rest of the year? Gee, I don't know. That sounds like a question. Like, what are you doing the rest of your life? You know, those Hollywood movies?
But the rest of this year, that's what I'm asking. The rest of this year.
Well, put it to you this way. Based on your pregnancy analogy, it's definitely not enough time to bring that. It's only 3 months, so hey.
No, you got to wait until next year for that one to be born.
Really?
Yes.
Nothing's getting born next year.
We don't know that yet.
Nothing.
Something might be out there in the universe.
Except vision. Nada. Okay? Nada. All right?
We don't know that. I'm keeping my eyes peeled. I want to lose weight, so I'm going to work on losing weight for the rest of the year. I'm going to work on becoming a better me. I'm going to work on improving my craft because I think it has gotten better. Not blowing my own horn, but just saying. And what else am I going to do for the rest of the year? Try to save some money to buy some Christmas presents? Yeah, that's it.
I swear, when you said craft, I was thinking mac and cheese, and I was going to ask you what cheese you... Never mind.
Tomorrow, I am wearing my shades to work so that I can block the shine. Because my coworker, he just throwing the shade at me, man.
I'm throwing the shade at... No, it's so bright in here. I think you need a little shade. I don't know. Anyway, we're about to take some shade at the commercial break. We'll be back in a moment, all right? Stay tuned.
Good morning, SKN. This is lyrical. I just want to say blessings to you. There are a happy place in the life if you live in there. A happy place in the life if you live in there. Cause them at a happy place in the life. And they can't change. And they just come out here to do right. So whether day or night, they will never ever change. Blessings, blessings, and blessings.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Salt is an important part of the human diet, but most of us consume more than we realize.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Children, how can you tell a tsunami coming?
Teacher me.
Sammy?
My mother said when uncle jump in the pool and the water spoosh out, that's how you tell a tsunami coming.
Settle down, children, settle down. Do you remember our tsunami song?
Yes.
Mommy, Uncle not here in the other shake.
Hush your mouth.
Daddy, Uncle not here and the sea gone.
Who cares? You don't see all them free fish? Quick, give me the bag.
This is how you tell a tsunami I come. Teacher says so. I would have failed in school, you know.
Sammy, come, let me go. They would have failed anyhow. Let me run, see Sammy.
It is time for us to tap into our time machine and travel back in time. I love this. We're going backwards, but I just have thought that maybe one of these days we should go forward, especially looking at Star Trek type vibes behind me right now. But in any event, we're going back in time. Okay, let's just go back in time.
Yeah,
it's easier to talk about what happened back in time than to predict what's going on later. So we'll be traveling through time to see how cars have evolved over the years. I'm tempted to say yabba dabba do.
I would think the same thing. We do think alike.
we do. What was your first car, Hortensia?
I was going to say a Fred Flintstone car, but then, see, you thought of it before me. My first car, I think, was a Corolla. Yeah, a Corolla. I always wanted in my life my ultimate goal of having a car was a Ross car that they had one time. They had a tarp that they used to hold on when the rain fall. That was my ultimate car.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You wanted a car with a tarp.
Yeah. So that was my ultimate. I always said I wanted a Ross car. And funny enough, my first car was like a Ross car.
All right.
Yeah.
Here we call those things dry weather vehicles, which generally means that they're old, they're rusty, and you get
I just
wet.
thought it was cool.
When the rain falls on
I
you.
love to see them when they pass and they're all holding down the tarp.
Sorry. Okay, well, I guess you love to see that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Is that practical? Is that safe to do when you're driving and holding down the tarp? I'm just wondering, are both hands supposed to be on the wheel?
Everybody but the driver held the tarp. So it's like they carpooled back then. I think I like the older Ross students.
Is that a pun? They carpooled back there?
Yeah, they carpooled back then a lot. Yeah.
A dry weather vehicle?
Oh my God, I now got it.
They carpooled back there. All
I now got it.
So my first car was a 99 Honda CR-V.
Nice.
And I didn't name the car. I still don't name vehicles. But yeah, that was my first car.
Okay.
Pretty cool to drive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still remember it.
Yeah. I think mine was a 2008 Corolla, yeah.
Ah, okay.
But it's still in good shape, but it was like Ross vibes, yeah.
Ross vibes.
With a top and not a tarp.
We finally had a top.
Yeah.
All right, so enough about us, right? Well, actually, not yet. What's your favorite car feature?
I don't know. I'm not into cars. The fact that it can go from point A to B. Let me say that then.
Wow. Okay. My favorite. What does mean my favorite car feature? I don't know. It's got to be the comfort of the seats. I don't think that there's like the gadgetry or anything like that really gets me. Because I've had cars that you think like, yeah, I'm not going to name names now because somebody's going to be like, hey, we sell that car here and you're bad for business, right? No. But there are some cars that you think are really good. And then you get into them, and it's like the seats are so uncomfortable. You're stuck with that car for however many years. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, until it runs down.
So bucket seats, comfort level, that has to be like the thing for me. And then after that, it has to be like the acceleration. I want to know that when I'm in it, I can just press, I can floor it, and I can go. Because I'm not like switching from a Honda to anything else except for a certain other one, maybe a Jeep or something. Switching from a Honda to like a Suzuki, yeah, I named it. It's the what's like, where's the power? What am I missing? Oh no, please don't do that.
So do you folks see who is the fast driver when they try to throw shade and call I out? Push down and go. You heard, he said it for himself.
You're the one with the carpool. All right, so let's now explore history and find out when some car features were introduced. Yeah. Are you going to look at doors? How did I know that? Okay, sorry. I was just thinking doors off the top of my head. Do you see any doors there?
And look what shows up.
All right, so Carl Benz invented the first petrol-powered automobile, and it was a Benz. That was what it looked like in 1886. Pretty much like a tricycle to me, but
And I guess the back that's hanging off is the cover should rainfall, so they're not in their carpool. The water just runs out.
Do you love how the windshield is non-existent? Just saying. Imagine driving in the rain with it coming towards you.
I know.
Like hail. You're like, hey, if you've got glasses on, your hands are like your wipers.
Yeah.
It's like, you're just getting out of the way.
Yep. Sudden heat and rain, foggy glasses.
Oh my gosh.
And that was a Benz.
We've come a long way.
And Benz is a big brand, yeah. We sure have. But it almost looks like a bicycle mixed with a stagecoach.
Tricycle, honestly. I said a tricycle. Really.
Look at that. So in 1911, the electric ignition starter gave way to an alternate method for automobile propulsion. That looks like a stagecoach still. It's like they were trying to get out of that era, but because that's all they knew, and maybe they didn't have the, oh no, the drawings got better. Look at that. I was just going to say they didn't have the person to draw or sculpt the car.
You can talk all about the drawings. I'm just talking about the photographer. Oh my gosh. I'm like, hey, take this.
Fancy.
Talking about the models here, right? They can sell a car.
Jamie, they heard you.
And
See,
you
they
have a
eventually
runway.
put in a windscreen. But I wonder if it had wipers. Though.
Okay.
So how did it work?
I'm just marveling. Well, possibly. I'm just marveled by the fact that the guy's there. He's like, hey, check me out.
Yeah.
This is my car.
And I've got 5 ladies in it.
Okay, you saw good. I didn't even look at that. You're looking for trouble, bro. Sorry.
Oh, it's Motorola. Nice. Look at that. So the first car radio was created for the first time. Drivers could enjoy music on the road. I wonder what kind of music it was. Maybe country music? Take me home.
Would you look at that, though? I mean, the feature of the... Wow. Speaker, take you home country...
On the country road. Yeah.
Uh-huh. All right.
Look at that. I like the design of the speaker. It looks fancy.
About
yeah.
electronics on that scale. So I guess it looks basic enough. There's a tuning control.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. You know, like no automatic digital anything. You're like
turn.
Yeah. Get your hands to work.
Us from the radio era would know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to turn and tune and put up the antenna.
These signals that are like half and half, and you're like, what is that? Yeah, you've got to get it just right.
Exactly. I'm trying to get it.
We got used to it. We were like, hey, that's good. Wow. Really? Really? In 1949, car keys were invented to create an easier way of getting the car started. So
this looked like a house key. So how did the car start?
Well,
the previous car?
Wow, like crank it. You go down and you like zip it like a lawnmower, I suppose.
Yeah.
At least we're getting the signals. Yeah, lawnmower. So you got keys, and here I thought keys were like for security. Just saying. So you literally could have probably just like started anybody else's car. Is that what we're saying here? So they had good policing systems.
Maybe. And I think back then maybe crime wasn't as prevalent as it is now.
Oh, it's quite possible. I'm thinking that because, hey, it'd be interesting to find out when we started putting using keys for our houses.
But now the keys, even for our houses, are becoming digital, which I don't believe in. Because if you keep touching that keypad on the outside, eventually somebody will know the code to get in your house. So they need to.
Biometric.
I'm not.
But at the same time, we've seen the pitfalls of that. Yeah, so it's fine.
Yep. Ooh, so in 1953, this year marks the introduction of air conditioning to cars. So before, as we see, they had the drop top, so they put it back to get the air conditioning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you've got, this is so interesting to me, right? Because you've got a situation where you had a car with no top really, or a top that, was retractable. And then you basically had no doors. And then as we started getting more advanced, we're like, okay, let's get the doors.
Yes.
Let's get the top.
Let's get the windscreen.
It becomes even hotter. So it's almost like you're doing something for comfort, but it creates a problem that you never really had. And so you have to circumvent it by getting air conditioning.
Yep. AC.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's what we do. We're humans.
Yep, we evolve and we get smarter as the years go by. That's why I'm sticking to 50.
And create more
being the middle
problems
age.
that we have to solve in new ways later on.
But we figure them out. We do. So in the 1960s, winding down your car window became a thing of the past with electric power windows. Yeah, I enjoyed that. We had a driver at my previous work, and she had a wind down. Listen. And then when she comes, she waits until you come outside to put on the AC, right? And she'll be like, you can wind up the window for me to see me there. Enjoying the wind up.
You love those experiences when, your window, you gave somebody a lift, so the window is down, and then it starts to rain, but you're driving. What are you going to do? Reach over? It's like...
No, but you tell them, can you just wind the window up? Imagine somebody...
If they're not there, protected, you're driving alone. It's raining.
You pull over and you just... I've watched her done it millions of times, especially if I go in the back of the car sometimes, because I don't feel like being in front. And she would just pull over and just be like... no.
Yeah, it was an exercise.
Yeah, I'd be like, you need an automatic car. She'd be like, no, this year car was cheap, so this is why I could afford.
Okay, she was smart.
In her accent.
1984. Oh, look at that. The CD player became the new technology. Wow, it was new in 84. It's pretty much obsolete now.
Obsolete, oh my gosh.
Was a thing then.
Yep.
Still is a thing for some people now.
Yeah, remember everybody was putting a CD player. And it's funny how with the errors and when we get new stuff, we're so at all with it. Like, we're excited. I have a CD player in my car. I no longer have a cassette player or whatever. Wow. Imagine cassette players in the cars, huh?
Yeah, some people still have those, depending on the model. And there were adapters that you could use and all sorts of gadgets that you use. So you plug the tape in and then you plug your wire into the tape or whatever, and then you're playing whatever. It was,
Now everything's programmed to the car.
Bluetooth, please.
Yes. You see?
That's where we
bougie.
are.
Bluetooth and bougie. 1988, from this year onwards, airbags were included in car protection. So no longer would you get hurt immensely.
Look at that.
They've
Airbags-
eased.
Why am I looking at those airbags as if they're like Cortez? Look at it this way. You can get shaded from them. Sorry, you can get shaded by them. Airbags.
The shade.
The shade.
Well, they ease the blow, I guess. If
Yeah.
you got hit long time, you just hit
That's
on
a
everything.
purpose. Okay, shade and blow.
Yeah.
They ease it. Love it. Love it. Love what's going on here.
Yeah. 2002, the introduction of reversing cameras helped to prevent reversing mishaps. Yes, and I have
What
a
did you
cam.
do? Yeah.
I know.
What did you do before? You had a mirror, or you guessed it?
Yeah.
And you learned the hard way because if you you learned after you got a bag and you came out and you looked at it and you're like, wait, I really should have done that. And then
Or
in
I
your
didn't
mind-
realize I was that close.
But in your mind, you're like, yeah, this is about how far I was away from the the car the last time I bagged it. So let me stay here.
Hey,
Experience.
driving back then was seemingly painful because imagine you're reversing, this is your neck, and you're trying and you're going. Now you can just stay forward and just let the cameras work.
Really?
Yeah,
And
that's
you've
what
got
I
the
do.
backup cameras and other people don't, and they hit you anyway. 2014, Elon Musk introduced autopilot technology in Tesla's Model S. And this is great because, hey, you're just sitting back and it's like, hey, I get to.
Yeah. But you have to touch the wheel ever so often, though, so it knows that you're there.
Ah, I see.
So, but I wonder for those folks that fall asleep, what do they,
know what I
when
saw
they
the
don't
other
remember
day?
to touch the wheel ever so often?
I saw an Audi that is like that, but guess what? The wheel heights. So you can touch the button, you can swipe. It's like
Oh,
gestures.
wow.
The wheel goes into the dashboard, and you're
comes
just
out.
there, like in the cabin. It's like panoramic views, basically.
Oh, wow. Okay. So 2021 advanced heads-up display became a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So that way you're always looking ahead.
Yeah, so we have to wait to see what 2022 has. Maybe by December we'll know.
And we're looking ahead to more of Good Morning SKN when we come back. Stay tuned.
You ever hear Earthquake call and say, hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, Earthquake, I coming Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the door, we are in the exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that, because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors, in an earthquake, bad news. Take care of yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, nobody run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
It's been 6 months now and Glenn hasn't been working. His attitude has completely changed and he's been leaving the house every day for hours and liming with his friends and coming home drunk and causing confusion.
Gloria, this is what you cook today? This is not enough food for a big man like me.
But Glenn, it's been 6 months now. You haven't given me any money to shop for food.
Okay, so what you want me to do if my boss ain't call me out for work as yet?
Look for a different job now.
What you just said to me?
Get a next job.
What?
Help! Let me go!
Let go what? Yeah, let's see what really happen. Let go what? Watch them out with me now.
Every day mom and dad fight. When are they going to stop?
Domestic violence is not just physical, it's mental, emotional, economical, and psychological. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492. Special Victims Unit 662-7077. Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
Consuming foods like bananas, potatoes, and dried peas and beans, such as lentils and kidney beans, contains potassium, which helps to reduce salt in the body.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. Reefs are a haven for a large fraction of Earth's biodiversity. They have been called the rainforest of the seas. Scientists estimate that 25% of all marine species live in and around coral reefs, making them one of the most diverse habitats in the world. Today we welcome Rudall Williams to Good Morning SKN, co-director and co-founder of CARE SKN, Coral Reef Assistance Restoration and Education SKN. So good morning, Rudall. Welcome back.
Good morning to you. It's a pleasure to be here again.
Oh, it's our pleasure to have you. So tell us about the recently concluded Reef Check certification course.
So Reef Check, it's a worldwide certification that we use to certify persons from age 16. Once you could swim or snorkel. Sometimes you do it to scuba, but because most persons may not be scuba certified, we choose to do it this year, which is our first to snorkeling. And Reef Check is a mechanism that we use to actually survey a reef. So we check fish life, the amount of fish living on the reef, that particular reef, algae, substrate, hard coral, soft coral, that kind of stuff, diseased coral, dying coral, bleached corals. And so we go underwater, and it's fascinating. You got the opportunity to write underwater. So you go underwater, you use this slate, and one person do the check, while another person stay above and write. And so, because we can't talk underwater, we use hand signals that represent. So this is for algae. We're going to do a little game afterwards. This is for algae. This is for rock. This is for hard coral, soft coral, sponge. Yeah. So that's what we use when we're underwater. During the Reef Check course, we had 10 students who successfully completed the Reef Check. So wherever they go in the Caribbean islands, they could do a Reef Check survey.
That's amazing. I mean, I heard you say age 16. And I've actually gotten ahead of you with the game because there's a clip of me doing this before. I'm sure they can find it. Not for today, though, but I didn't know what that meant. Soft coral. No, I know. Thank you, Doug. All right, so 16 years old. What are the ages, Mike?
During the class?
Yes.
Yeah, we had about 3 or 4 persons around that age who got certified.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
So what's the plan for them after this? Is it that you're going to do this? How often are you going to perform that Reef Check, and where do you see them?
Well, we'll be doing Reef Check certification next year again. But those who are already certified, when KSKN goes out to the survey, we'll be bringing them along with us.
Okay, that's great.
So more hands, the merrier, because they're already trained. So it'll be easier for us to get around. And if it's a deeper reef, then we have to use those. We have a few who were certified, who's also scuba certified. So they'll be able to go down with us and do the survey at a deeper level, like beyond 40 feet, something like that. Yeah.
So how often do you go out and check the reefs?
Well, the checking of the reef, KSKN, what we have been busy doing is building the coral nursery. The coral reef nursery, we used, we call it the Christmas tree method. So we use PVC pipe and we constructed a Christmas tree from PVC. And we drill holes in each extended arm of the PVC and we hang a coral, piece of coral in each hole going across. So at least one tree have probably over 100 pieces of coral. Those coral will then grow to a size of maturity. We will take them from the nursery and transplant them back to the reef. So we can get healthy reef.
Well, how long does that take? Because that process sounds, I have to tell you, very, very interesting.
Well, for that process, we have to wait, and it could be 2, 3, 4 months, based on the size of goat, based on the water quality, based on it need current too. So we place them in an area where the current is moving, and so they could grow faster. We also do microfragmentation, where you take a boulder coral and you cut them in smaller pieces. Once they're the same genotype, because they're not accustomed to being small, they feel uncomfortable and they start to join back to each other. And we get a big boulder coral that will take 75 years to grow in months.
Really?
Wow.
That is amazing. And this goes on, you tell me this goes on here?
Yes.
How did we not know that before?
What? I'm flabbergasted. Like, I can't believe it. Like,
Wow.
to see them join together again. That would be amazing for me. So which reefs did you visit? Because I only know about one reef. That's on South Frisbee.
Yeah, we did the survey at the water break by Four Seasons.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
the rocky area.
Yeah, the rock,
there.
yes, I got it.
They were actually rocks first, but because they have been there for so long,
Mhm.
they're now overgrown with different types of coral, hard coral, soft coral, boulder coral, different type of fish, from barracuda, go right down, eagle ray, stingray, green turtles, surrounded around the water break.
Nice.
So yeah, it's an interesting site right out there.
All right, so you've talked about CARE SKN in relation to coral reefs generally, and you gave us some insight into what it is that you do there. In terms of protecting the existing coral reefs, does that form part of it? And in terms of your education outreach as well, what have you been doing?
Yeah, the protection of the coral reef, it comes in with, this is where DMR, Department of Marine Resources, takes a big part, play a big part. We're just an NGO, but they have jurisdiction over those areas, so they have certain things in place. We call them marine managed protected areas. So once those what legislations are in place, what should happen is we should have persons actually, even though the paperwork is there, sometimes the monitoring aspect of it might not be going on. And so sometimes you will have overfishing. And one of the big things is anchorage. The ship and the yachts and those persons, they come in and they anchor, and the anchor drop on the reef. And when they pull the anchor to bring it back up, the reef turns to rubble. This is the sign for rubble. The reef turns to rubble. And so in order to protect that, one of the things that KSKN want to do is to help with anchorage, showing persons the yachts and the cruise ships and all those, the boaters, safe anchoring. We prefer if they hook onto a mooring line, because if you're on a mooring line, you don't have to drop your anchor, because we already put down the anchor for you. You hook your yacht to the mooring, and it will prevent you from jagging you. So those are the things that we want to do to help to protect coral reef, and the continuous surveying of the reef. The more data we have, we will know what condition the reefs are in. It's a whole deeper scientific thing with the zooxanthellae going into the coral to give it its color, and so it prevents it from bleaching. And yeah,
Wow,
this
is very fascinating, Riddle, and you're gonna have to fill us in on some of that more. Honestly, I'm really fascinated by all of it. So we'll be back to discuss more of that with you when we come back. Stay tuned.
Hi, If you are a smoker, please pay attention to this message. According to the World Health Organization, there are 1.3 billion smokers in the world today, and tobacco kills 1 out of every 2 smokers. Did you know that there is enough nicotine in 5 cigarettes to kill an average adult if ingested whole? There are more than 7,000 chemicals in tobacco smoke, of which more than 250 are known to be harmful. More than 69 are known to cause cancer, and 16 are classified as Group 1 carcinogens. Smoking kills. Are you ignoring that warning every time you smoke? Please stop. Smoking can lead to severe health complications and even death. It affects almost every organ in the body, especially the lungs and heart. It raises blood pressure, increases blood clots, and increases the risk of stroke, heart attack, and cancer. It is hard to quit smoking, but it is not impossible. Don't let tobacco destroy you. Remember the 4 Ds to curb your tobacco cravings. 1. Delay. Set a time limit before you decide to smoke. 2. Drink water. Go get a drink before you do anything else. 3. Do something else. Have a goodie bag handy of other things to do. And 4. Deep breathing. Take at least 10 deep breaths every time you think about smoking. Quit smoking and live a longer and happier life. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, St. Kitts and Nevis.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We are talking with Rudell Williams, co-director and co-founder of Cure SKN. So, very important question, Rudell. And it's, I'll just ask it. What's the status of the reefs here in St. Kitts and Nevis?
What's the status?
Yes.
Well, it's based on the area that you go to. You have reefs in the marine protected areas we call the Narrows, Booby Island, go back there. Then you have reefs. And you go tell where the reefs, the color of the water will change. So you know when it is sand, and you know when it is reef. Where reefs are, the bottom looks a little, you could see like the design in the water, a little darker bluish.
That's what I was going to ask.
You know when you're on a boat or you're on a yacht, the boat is passing over, you realize the color change, you know, okay, it's either rocks, reef, or seagrass down there. When it is sand, the water look more beachish. If I could say that. If I could say that. So the range is wide, and the reason why it's important for us to protect it, because when we have little to no reef, we have little to no fish. Meaning they go out further for cover, for a habitat, but predators out there. So bigger predators out there, and then the fishermen have to go further out to catch those same fish. But if we protect those reefs that are closer in, then the fishermen might just be able to go offshore, catch the fish, come back in, food security. Tourism, we have a big amount of divers that comes to St. Kitts just to dive. They dive for 10 days straight. And when they go down, what they want to see is coral reef. They don't want to dive on just rocks, because what happens is after the coral die, all it looks like is rock, because what is left is the hard substrate that the coral was living on. And so we have to protect that so that we can have a sustainable livelihood going on in St. Kitts and Nevis.
So other than the anchorage protection, because you alluded to that earlier in our conversation, what else can the locals do to ensure that we keep the reef alive, or we protect them, we preserve them?
Pollution, plastic, garbage going into the ocean, ocean acidification. You know, sometimes the cruise ship come in and they release the ballast water, or they release whatever waste from the ship into that goes on the reef, living things on the reef, they eat that, we eat them. You see what I'm getting at?
It's a food web.
So that's why we here at SKN we envision. It was funny. I had the same vision, and I want to shout out my partner Valerie Gregor. She is a scuba instructor, reef check instructor, agro instructor, swim instructor. So if anybody wants to do scuba, reef check, agro, anything, she can do that. I want to shout out also Iweco. Those were the ones who gave us the funding to actually put the nurseries in the water, and Department of Marine Resources and the Jeff. And so it was a whole collaborated of parties coming together to get this done.
Good stuff. All right, that's great. So we had in the news recently stony coral tissue loss disease. That was the first detected off the Florida coast in 2014. It has most recently been found in our neighboring territory of Antigua and Barbuda. Has it been detected here in St. Kitts and Nevis? Do you know whether it has or not?
Yes. I've heard of the disease before, but I have never, well, to my knowledge, never been reported to me to say, well, it's a, but I heard of it, this stony coral disease. It allowed the coral, it loses its, let me use the word, its vigor.
So its color?
Its color, its size, and it just started to eat away, until, because when a coral dies, it gets hard. We actually had a piece of coral that we took, and we left it just to see what's the result of the coral being out of water.
Yes.
Because a coral, what persons may or may not know is we get majority of our oxygen from the ocean.
Yeah, that I know.
Not the forest.
Yeah.
The ocean, the coral reef, actually they photosynthesize just like the trees, and they give off oxygen. So when you take it out of the water and you don't have that oxygen, you don't have any nutrients, you don't photosynthesize, it turns white and it gets hard.
So the sea stones that we look like, that's the actual corals. They have some that have the design.
Different shapes and so on.
So
it bleached. This is until it didn't return in time to give it its color and its nutrient. And it just stayed there like that. Get hard.
Okay. Are there any other diseases to the coral that we should be wary of?
Yeah, they have the black band disease. You could figure out the black band disease easy because it actually makes a band around the coral.
Okay.
So you might be snorkeling and you see this black band going right around. If you have a good snorkeler, you could snorkel down and look right around the coral, and you will see it going right around. The same for the white band disease. It will go right around. And then if you see the little nibbles on the top of a coral, it's not actually a disease, it will just be the parrotfish picking away, because that's how they survive.
All right. One of the things that was fascinating to me in having this discussion with you is that it reminded me of a documentary that I watched on coral bleaching and how the rising of the sea temperature by as much as 1 or 2 degrees seemingly affects, the longevity of coral reefs. Have you noticed that here? Or we're not going to be immune to that, obviously. Have you noticed any signs of coral bleaching here?
Well, on our nursery, we had bleaching. Yeah. We just put it down, and sometimes, as I said, just to the change in the water temperature, water get too hot or something like that, and then they just start to change the color from the tip. You see it start to turn white coming down. If the water quality changes back, then it has a chance to
regain its color.
Yeah, so it happens all the time. Once the water temperature change, but the key is water temperature, water quality. So that's why we have to do water quality check, because you might take a coral from one area thinking that that area might be bad, and then you put it in another area and then you realize it just wither away. Because the water quality might not have been conducive for the growth of the coral. So all of those factors, water quality, water movement, that's why they have a new mechanism that they use in the lab. Ours are out in the ocean, but in the lab, they put them in some tubs and they call it race waves. So in the tub, the water is going like this. And they put the coral in and they leave it. And the coral thinks that it's in the ocean.
Yeah.
So they kind of trick it.
Like a programming thing. Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
by the waves moving and the current, and the coral will stay in there and go.
You're a wealth of knowledge, Buddha.
I know.
And an untapped resource. So trust me, we're going to be knocking your door again.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for shedding light on, everything that's going on below the sea.
Yes.
Can't see. And we appreciate your work in that respect. And thanks for stopping by and sharing that with us as well.
No problem. My pleasure.
All right, we'll be back in a moment with more Good Morning SKN. Stay tuned.
Did you know that there are certain seasonings that contain more salt than you actually need? There are more natural, healthier ways to reduce the salt intake in your dishes by using natural things like onions, garlic, seasoned peppers, and even thyme and merengue powder.
Yo, what up? It's your boy N Richie right here at Studio 327. I'm here to give you the promo that you guys need because this is something special for St. Kitts. I'm telling you, tune in to Good Morning SKN, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and on Moment Channel 4. Also, I realize nobody else is doing this. Follow the Good Morning SKN Instagram at Good Morning SKN and the Studio 327 Inc. Instagram. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook. This is pretty long, but follow us and yeah.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
I eat some veggies for dinner. Let me just check the amount of sodium in this can. Oh no, this is too much. Let me try our next option. They did say it's healthy to consume less salt. This is much better. I am salt smart.
Ooh, welcome back to Good Morning SKN. Yes, Jamie has us giggling about rocks during the segments. Yes, we just spoke about the coral, but now it's time to talk about what's happening. So rehabilitation of Nevis wetlands, just like that. Look at that. Join the Nevis Historical and Conservation Society this Saturday, 3rd September at Fort Ashby for their Open Community Day. Find out more about the wetlands project they are working on and answer any questions you may have. Activities include a cooking demonstration, am I invited? And the viewing of crafts made from cattail reed. What is that? I'm not sure what material is that. The invitation is open to all. The event is from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. So it's basically a half the event. I have to go research that cattail reed. Is that the same thing that people got lashes with? The cat's tail?
Is that what you...
I'm not sure.
I know it's not that.
Oh, okay.
Probably... Wait.
Oh,
flower,
yes. Right? The flower we used to stick in the back and say we were cats because it's furry. You know the red flower that hangs off, the long flower?
When you speak of we, please make it personal to you. We're stuck at you.
Jamie didn't have a bomb childhood
okay.
like me.
Stuck a feather, maybe. Anyway, never mind. Census drive-through. Census drive-through. All right. So the population and housing census 2021-2022 is still going on.
Yes, yes.
Wow. Join in on the census, please, before the year is over. Drive-through. Join in on the census drive-through this Saturday, 3rd of September from 9 a.m. The starting point is going to be at the Total Concept Building parking lot, and the motorcade will then proceed west of Bastyr and end in Newtown.
That's a short one.
It's me, it's you, it's us, census 21/22. That's just me.
Oh, nice, nice.
But hey, yeah.
Hot walk. Get your sneakers ready. The Nevis Health Promotional Unit Caribbean Wellness Walk is just... Yeah,
right.
It's just around the corner on Saturday, 10th of September 2022 at 5:30. The walk will commence at Hamilton Villas and will end at the Villa grounds. T-shirts will be distributed upon registration. The Nevis Health Promotion Unit is encouraging all community groups and local businesses to join, as a prize will be awarded for the group with the largest turnout. Man, Jamie, we need to go so we can have the largest group. For more information, call 469-8010 or visit the Nevis Health Promotion Unit for a registration form.
Health promotion walk. There's a lot of healthy talk, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's a lot of healthy talk.
We're trying our best to get rid of those NCDs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been in the news a lot.
So the Federation is working. Oh?
This is an easy way for everybody to get involved. It really costs you nothing except the price of sneakers and time.
That's fairly good.
Right? I know some people fit walking into their daily lives before and after work. Like they walk to work and they walk from home, to home, etc.
Maybe you can walk to home now, but you can't walk to work because you'll be a sweaty mess by the time you get there.
Trust me, if you had no other option, you'd get it done because I see people do that every morning. Those people who say live in the village area and they work in the industrial site, they walk. They walk. And exactly.
Man.
Some people walk with towels and we're hearing dry themselves off in the bathroom. Some people, hey, do the old school thing. Walk with the shade. Take the umbrella out.
Listen,
right?
The sun is blazing through those umbrellas. I had my umbrella the other day. I was feeling nice, little light wind on it, but the sun, I was like, what is this umbrella covering? Like the sun was just like piercing through.
Listen, it is what it is. You got to do it. I know we guys don't like to do that because I remember like seeing guys walk with umbrellas in an unnamed territory, which is just sort of interesting to watch, but hey.
Is this BGI?
I said unnamed territory. I'm not looking for public enemies. I'm just playing around. Right, a couple of times. I mean, seriously, you got to protect your skin. You got to protect yourself, right?
And we think because we live in the tropics that we are immune to the sun. And the sun is letting us know that I'm the boss,
Absolutely
not you.
Not.
Yeah.
I thought we didn't need sunscreen, and every time I go out in the sun, I swear I used to be darker. My mom tells me that a long time. She tells me that all the time because I used to spend 40 minutes in the sun each day because I'd walk 10 minutes to school, 10 minutes to home at lunchtime, back and forth. By the end of the week, I'm racking 200 minutes. Didn't know I was so healthy back then. Wow, amazing. Huh? No, you got transportation. But hey, it is what it is. Anyway, enough of the walking. A great show if we go back over it.
Yes, we did indeed. We did indeed. I enjoyed the coral reef a lesson because, as I said, I have been going through it. I know the importance of them. I know the species that lives on them. I know the disease that's now attacking them. So,
More biology in your future?
And no. I was like, no. I was born to live on land.
Wow, I'm going to remember that, guys. Guys, you heard her. I'm going to remember that.
To live. But I
that.
occasionally swim in the sea that I'm trying to invite my co-hosts to come along with me.
Is your middle name Ariel?
Yeah,
Didn't
under
think
the
so.
sea.
Oh, it is? Just saying. All right. Little Mermaid. That's the link there.
I enjoyed the cars, though. The car session. Yeah.
Yeah. I think my favorite one was the coral section, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
That was, quite interesting. But not exclusively because we had Vivant Media here as well.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. Look at that.
I love that.
And I like the concept.
Yeah, and they work well together. Team of two for now. doing such great things, creating buzz. I mean, hey, it
So
says it. If you've
congrats
got
to
the
them.
idea,
Yep.
you bring it through fruition. Hey,
Mhm.
it is what it is. We talked about affirmations at the start of the show. You have the idea, believe it,
Yes.
believe in yourself, and
did
follow
you?
through.
And have you noticed that the entrepreneurs are becoming younger and younger? In our age, we thought you had to be like 50 or 40 or something. You just had to be older and had a certain kind of affluence to be the owner of a business. But now this generation is proving that to be wrong. Like they have an idea, they're running with it, and that's excellent. As I
Good.
said, yeah, that's a
Thought
good
patterns
thing.
change.
Yes.
People know now that they can fund their own ideas. They
Yes.
could, push them through whatever you call it. They're going
Yes.
to believe in themselves and they're going to go and they're not going to
Yes.
accept no for an answer. So you give them a no,
Nope.
they'll make it a yes.
Yeah,
That being
indeed.
said, yes, it is that time for us to say goodbye, but we thank you for joining us for another edition of Good Morning SKN. Follow us on our social media platforms, including Facebook and YouTube at Studio 327 Inc. And of course, Instagram at Good Morning SKN. Like, subscribe, follow, and share.
And can we get at least 900 followers this month since it's like the 9th month of the year? I know we're still in the 600, but you can help me, all right? So leave us a comment and let us know what was your favorite part of today's show. We told you ours. So see you tomorrow, yes, on our Friday episode at 8 a.m. when you will start your morning with us right here at Good Morning SKN. Thanks again for watching, guys. Have a great day.